What's up, guys? This is Bull the Fell-Handed, and today we are in the Chinese Tier 8 premium tank, the Type 59 on Ardennes. The greens have spawned on the northeastern side, and the reds have spawned on the southeastern side. We have a brace of Type 59s as well as a brace of 122-44s. Very nasty tank destroyer if you are not privy to that. Very, very nasty. Now, my constant viewers, there are two ways to run this map. You can push the city. You need to have a fairly decent amount of armor in order to do this, or your game will not be very long. Or you can flank the outskirts. You're going to see me and the Batchat and the Leo flank the outskirts in a lot of your high tier games. But in the low tier, this isn't actually low tier, but it's tier 8. Let me just say that. In your lower tiers, I tend to push the middle because the armor essentially overmatches the guns. In other words, you can pull a bounce from pretty much anything if you're angled correctly. But in tier 10s, when they're running, 300-400 penetration, you're not really going to pull many bounces, no matter what you're in. So I'm trying to side scrape right here. I was trying to get in a good position. The downside to that is, which is what I tell people, side scraping takes a lot of room. We're going to go ahead and try to just sneak one in there and then back up. Very good shot on my part. The downside is I'm kind of hung up there. He went ahead and put around enemy, tracked me, and there wasn't a lot to that. I go ahead and make a clutch shot, go ahead and pull an auto lock there, and it worked out pretty good for me. In that case, I wasn't too worried about whether or not I would damage him. So we're already halfway down on our health. Things did not really work out in our favor right off the get-go, but that's fine. We still have our armor as well as our compadres to protect us. Now, we are kind of regrouping here, and we are going to reassault the mid of this map, and it is a literal traffic jam trying to get into these guys. As you can see, the clicker is having a field day, and as a team, we are crippling the reds. So as I go in here, decide to try to take on this KV here, putting a good number of shots here into his side, and I'm just essentially just making enough movements to make it difficult for him to target my weak spots. So we go ahead and get fixed up, bounce around there, and we're going to try to come around and put one into him. Put around in his lower plate. Not a very particularly tough tank when faced with a Type 59, though keep in mind I am running APCR. Going to go ahead and scope around, put one into the lower plate of the T29 there. Now, at this point, I am calling for backup because I am unsure if I could 1v1 a full health, or excuse me, a fairly decent health KV, and Zodiac just said, "You got it." I laughed about that for hours. I'm over here fighting for my life, and he's like, "You got it," because I'm sure he was engaged, or else he would have come. I fumble one or two rounds here. I don't fumble very many. It was more or less a life and death situation for myself. Very, very hilarious. I guess you had to be there. We blocked 1070, did 3246, as well as 5-something assists. So we had a very good game. Guys, I hope you enjoy. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you next time.